Are you thinking on traveling to Colombia but are wondering if it's safe to travel? Better yet, are you wondering if all those rumors about security, drug issues, drug stereotypes, or even sex tourism are true?
Then this video is for you because we're about to get intimate. We're going to answer all of those questions from a local perspective. Welcome to our first chapter of Getting Intimate with Juani and Aleja.
And really quickly, before we get started, we are Juani and Aleja, local guides in Bogota, Colombia. We have our own tourism company called Zebra Fisgona Tours. And in our YouTube channel, you're going to find insightful information to plan your trip to Bogota and Colombia. We have things to do, local tips for travelers, and now getting intimate. So let's chill and let's get started with the questions you guys have sent us through different means. Cheers!
Cheers! And let's start.
Let's get started.
Our first question. So, our first question said, one second. Hey, I'm traveling to Colombia, but I'm wondering if it's safe to travel. We are a family with kids, and usually we like to do road trips, but we are not sure if it's a good idea in Colombia. Such a good question to start.
Yes.
Safety. So, safety is a massive topic. So what we're going to do is to divide it into different small topics, different sections. So overall, is Colombia a safe place? The answer is yes. It's true that our country has a bad reputation because of security. That has to do with many things in our history that we can discuss in a tour, like face to face. But what you need to consider is that actually the safety in Colombia has improved a lot, especially after 2016. The reason in that year, the country is going to have a peace agreement with one of the biggest and oldest armed groups in Colombia. Because of that, since that year, the country is going to open up for tourism. And nowadays, we're getting a little by little into the list of best new places to travel in the world. No? So now that you have that one check, let's talk about the cities.
Yes, getting into the cities. Probably if you are a first-time traveler into the country, you are going to visit Bogota, Medellin, and Cartagena. We are now located in Bogota, the capital of Colombia. And when we talk about the safety in the cities, we have the saying is they are as safe as you make it. It's true that you need to be a little bit more aware here in Colombia. So if you ask a local, the common tip that we're going to give you is don't give papaya, which literally translates into don't putting yourself into a risky situation or in a risky position. So some recommendations for you to avoid giving papaya are the first one, you should know that here phones or technology items and watches and jewelry are usually targeted. So what we like to do as locals is, we carry these kind of things where we can tie up our phones. Like this, yeah, because it's not like they're going to steal it from you, like with a gun. That's not very common. But what is common is that they'll take it away without you even noticing. So it's the best just to carry something. Then another recommendation is you can take pictures. Of course, you can take the pictures. Our recommendation is take the picture and then put your phone away. And if you're standing in the street, try not to flash your phone while in the street or going like this to take the picture, because a bike might come and they'll take your phone away. These are just, again, to avoid giving papaya. A second recommendation is to always call the taxis or Ubers from your phone. Never take the taxis on the street. And this is a recommendation I would give not just in Colombia, but basically any country in the world, is just use the apps. You will know in advance what you're going to pay, and you will know that you're taking the right way. So always use the apps. If you have questions about the apps that work here in Colombia, we did a video about that, so you can check it out. We'll leave it up here for you guys.
No, I was going to say that these are tips not only for you as a traveler, but are actually things that we locals
Yes.
do in order to be safe. No, so yeah, just keep that in mind.
Definitely. And the last recommendation is stay within the areas that locals advise you to stay.
We do that because of a reason. No, it's not because we just want to scare you. No.
Yeah, we do that because there is a reason behind it. So stay just within the areas that you're recommended to stay, and you will have a nice trip to our country.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next recommendation or the next main topic within safety.
And with this, we go back to the
Yes.
question of our traveler: is that if it's safe to have a road trip in Colombia? The answer is yes. Still, keep in mind that are some areas in the country that you have to be more careful with the roads. So because of that, if you want to take a road trip in the country, what we always recommend, the same as in the other like topic that Juani was approaching, is something that we locals also do. Is not only because it's you, is try to always travel during the day, never at night. So that is a big,
Yes.
big recommendation. And check the situation of the streets in advance or the roads that you're going to take into advance. Now
Yes.
that we have the safety check, let's talk about another thing.
No, but you're getting ahead of me. There is
No?
also something important about road trips in Colombia is that our
I was going to go over there. The
sorry, the
No,
geography.
Of course.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we already check the security. So that is the security. But talking about road trips in Colombia, what Juani was going to say
Yeah.
and what I was going to say before she interrupts me is that you have to also consider the geography in Colombia. So our country has a unique geography that allow us to have beautiful natural places. So one of the reasons why we have that is because the Andes mountain range is going to cross Colombia. So what that means is that we have beautiful spaces to visit in terms of nature, but also when you do a road trip is that you have to go down and up the mountain. So what that means is that road trips in Colombia are going to take a long time, even though when you look into the map, places tend to be really close from the distance, but on the road trip is actually not as much.
Yes.
So if time is not an issue for you, then yes, do a road trip. That is beautiful to
We
do.
recommend it. Yeah.
But if it is an issue, sorry, it's better to do it by plane.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah. Sorry.
you can go to the next one.
And the next one, this is something we love to talk about, is that due to this peace treaty that Aleja was telling you, now we have beautiful areas in the country that now you can visit and before you couldn't. So we actually are on a mission to visit all of these places, but where now you can go, because these are not mostly natural spots that were hidden for so long. And yes, you can visit those places. Usually they are not reachable by roads, they're reachable by plane or even a plane and then trolleys and then a lot of other things, but it's worth going there if you are going there, because these are so unknown areas. Even as Colombians, we go with local agencies. That's to make sure not only that you are safe, but you are having the best experience, and most importantly, you are living to the communities that now are making a living from tourism. Yes.
So security. If you have any other question about security, please leave it in the comments.
Yes.
Now we would like to hear you.
Next is actually not a question that someone sent to us. It's more of something we really want to talk about. Sorry, this one is truly hurting my eyes. It's something we really want to talk about because it's things that tend to pop up during our tours or moments we experience when we're traveling abroad. And because of that, we wanted to bring that topic into this video. So it's all about drug related problems in Colombia and drug related stereotypes in Colombia. So first, we need to talk about drug production and consumption in the country. Right.
So it's not a secret, sadly, that Colombia is still one of the biggest producers of this drug, cocaine, in the world. But please know that even though this is true, that doesn't mean that the cocaine production or consumption in the country is legal. In fact, it's a business that is considered illegal,
Yeah.
and the ones that have the power over this business are usually some no, usually no, are going to be violent groups.
Yes.
So because of this business is the one that still give gas to the violence that some areas in the country are still suffering nowadays. So that being said, also the consumption in the country of cocaine is not a big thing. So for us, yeah, the drug exists now,
Yeah.
but it's not a drug that Colombians are going to do a lot. In fact, it's a drug that is produced mostly for exportation to places like Europe, North America, or even Asia. Mm.
That's so true. I
So
know.
no, a big fat lie is that all Colombians consume cocaine.
Yes. Oh,
That is
yes.
lie.
That's a big
That is
lie.
a big lie.
Very
Mhm.
big lie. Another thing we wanted to make a distinction of is we have coca plant, and cocaine. Two different things. Coca plant or coca is something that we have used for centuries. It's a plant that is very rich in calcium. It helps a lot to adjust with altitude. It gives energy. It helps you go for a long period of time without feeling hunger. So it's very common to use it in South America. Now, cocaine, on the other side, it's an extraction of just one component of the coca plant. And these criminal organizations add 12 different chemicals to the coca plant in order to extract that singular component. Those chemicals can be or go from cement, acid, gasoline.
Mm.
Yeah, I forgot some of them.
I forgot the others. Yeah.
And a lot of those
Trash.
shitty things that really hurt the body. So cocaine and coca are completely different. So when you come to South America, if you're in Bogota, if you're in Cusco, if you're going to Machu Picchu, and we try to give you coca, and we give you coca tea, it doesn't mean we want you to get high, because nothing will happen, nothing like that will happen. It's actually we're trying to help you adjust with the altitude. Plus, it's delicious.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Coca tea.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
love it.
Now,
Yeah.
honey, let's talk about the guy that I like to call the Voldemort of Colombia. Who is him?
I love that. Pablo Escobar.
So,
Pablo, let's talk about Pablo Escobar. Yes, we know that there is a genuine interest about Pablo Escobar. So a common question we do get asked is whether should you or should you not talk and ask Pablo Escobar while in Colombia. So let me put it this way. When you come to the country, if you approach a Colombian in a respectful manner and ask respectfully about this guy, and your interest is genuine into understanding how all of this situation shaped us as Colombians, how it changed our society, how it affected us even till nowadays, we won't have a problem talking about him. Just know it will arise a lot of discussion probably, because it's still something that truly hurt us. Is very, very painful. We have scars from it. We have wounds that haven't healed yet because of this. So let me put it this way. Imagine you have this huge trauma, and you have people coming to you trying to talk about this trauma, and the way they do it is joking about it, or making the person or the reason of your pain as if it was a hero, this huge hero that everyone should follow. Then of course that person not only is not going to open to you, but they're going to send you away, they're going to shut down, they're going to feel insulted, they're going to feel hurt. It's the same for us as Colombians. If you come here and joke about Pablo Escobar, joke about cocaine, or just try to have us talk about it as if it's a big joke or this guy is a huge hero, we will be very offended, because as I said before, it's something that still hurts us Colombians.
That is true.
Yeah.
And talking about that, like we also want to
Yeah.
ask you a very special favor.
Yeah.
So we know that when you first meet somebody, you want to break the ice. And the way you break the ice is bringing up the topics that you know, no, that can be an interest of that person, no? Or sometimes weather. But usually what happens to Colombians is that the first thing that rise is the first thing that they know about us, which is going to be cocaine, unfortunately, also because of all the TV shows that nowadays are everywhere, no?
Yeah.
In the internet. So when we go abroad, usually there are going to be jokes that rise about cocaine or Pablo Escobar, or even some gestures like this that they do a lot to us that have
Yeah.
happened personally to both of us and to many people that we know
Yeah.
from Colombia. So as a big favor, please don't do that. If you don't have a topic that pops into your mind that you can talk about a Colombian, let me give you a big list.
See.
You can talk about our coffee. You can talk about our delicious fruits that we have plenty. We can talk about our you can talk about our flowers as well, and also about the different stars that we have in the country, like
Yes.
all the singers like Shakira, Karol G, Carlos Vives, Juanes, and please don't leave out Sofia Vergara and
Yeah.
many others. So there you have it.
Yes.
Mhm.
We made a major mistake.
Which one?
We've been recording under the sun. And we forgot to
Yeah, I
put
know.
again sunblock. And
I'm
look at-
red like a shrimp.
there's another tip for you guys. We are so red right now.
Uh-huh.
If you have a white skin like mine, or even lighter than mine, use a lot of sunblock in Bogota. The altitude here makes the sun so strong.
Yeah, we call it an spicy sun, and now we have suffered from the effect.
Yes.
So it's not only when you have the sun, it's also when we have clouds as well. It can burn your skin. So yeah, don't be us. Okay.
Okay, so this next one is actually not a question. It's more of a request we got this year, and
Mhm.
we want to share it with you guys. It says like this. I would like to see tolerance zone, erotic massage parlors, and strip clubs like Troya and Paisas. The reason we the reason why I wanted to read this for you guys, because it will allow us to talk about sex tourism and dating in Colombia. So let's start first with sex tourism. This is something that has happened in the country even before the peace treaty, before 2016, for two main reasons. The first one, Colombians are known for being very beautiful, both men and women. And then the second, and this is I think the most important one, is the fact that in Colombia, prostitution is legal under certain rules. So that has brought sex tourism into the country.
Mhm. But sadly, one of the things that have happened, especially this year and especially into a particular city that is Medellin, is that many people, or not many, some people from different countries are coming to Medellin looking for sex tourism, but especially sex tourism with underage kids, like kids and girls, like not even teenagers. And even with teenagers, is all kind of illegal. So if you are that kind of person that is looking for those kind of services, we just want to say one thing.
We don't want you here.
We don't want you in the country.
No.
We don't want you. Stay home, buy a doll, do whatever, but we don't want you in Colombia. Mhm.
And if you're traveling to Colombia, and this is an invitation to you guys, if you come to Colombia and if you see a situation like this playing out, if you see a very old person with a very young kid and it's not appropriate, please tell the authorities, tell the police. We are required to denounce this. We want this to stop. So if you see a situation like this occurring while you're in your trip to Colombia, please let the police know. This is a thing that we are trying to fight back as strong as possible.
Now,
That being said,
on a happier topic,
if you are coming to Colombia to have fun and you want to meet new people and you want to date a little, these are some recommendations as well for you to stay safe. So, dating in Colombia, you should know that Colombian culture is not we don't have that one night stand culture.
No.
It can happen, but it's not common.
Rarely.
is not
Rarely.
common. Yeah. And so these are some recommendations for you to stay safe. So I'm going to speak first to the men out there. I know Tinder is very popular. We know Tinder is very popular. Here in Colombia, Tinder is mostly used for dating, not for hookups. And so if you see that either on Tinder or on a party, some women or like a woman or women are coming very strong onto you, that's a major that are being drugged and robbed by criminal organizations because they thought these very hot women were coming off to them. So, red flags all over.
Red flags. And these go also from LGBTQ plus community, not only straight men, like overall. Okay.
Yes. And then if you want to meet nice people, there are other ways rather than Tinder parties. Now we're having gatherings where it's called Dame tu lengua, where you can go and exchange languages, or you can go to a dancing class, cooking class, different activities where you can meet new people and locals and, have a nice time, have a nice experience, and maybe meet the love of your life.
You never know. You have to dress for the occasion every single time. You never know when you're going to meet him or her.
This is not dress for success. This is dress to date.
Yeah. And now, for women out there, and this is something that we will recommend to every single woman in the world, also men, I think that all of this is general nowadays, is when you go to party, please have your drink under your watch. Always, 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 always. Just to avoid trouble, just to avoid bad experiences, it's better just to carry your drink.
Yes, and I know this is like a grandma advice, but
I feel like my mom.
Don't receive drinks from strangers. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I know we Colombians are very persistent,
and we love to party.
We love to party, and we love watching tourists like coming into the country and want to make them part of the party. And so we will insist a lot on giving you drinks. But sometimes it's better just to say no, thank you, or even you can, like, if they're very kind to you, you can buy them a beer and it will be okay. But it's better to say no, thank you if you don't know the person that's offering you drinks.
And with this, it will be a wrap
for
our video today. We hope you like this video. Please let us know what you think about it in the comments. And if you have any other topic that you want us to get intimate with, please leave it so we can discuss it on the next video.
We will love this. Yeah, next video maybe with a coffee, not beer.
Yeah, and maybe not under the sun. So here again, Juani and Aleja from Zebra Fisgona Tours. Remember, we have our own tour company. Sorry, my tongue, the beer, the sun. We have our own tour company here in Bogota, Colombia, and we will love to show you our beautiful and gorgeous city and culture. So we hope to see you soon.
See you. See you in
Subscribe,
Bogota, guys.
Subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Bye-bye.